tough loss today, and to me, I feel bad for the players. And I just told them, how much I love them, how much the effort that they gave was outstanding, and man, to not get a victory when I think those guys really played the first half exactly how we wanted to when it comes to taking the ball. Man, that first drive, we should have scored on that. Then we come back, stop them on defense, and then we get a score. We come out of the half 7-3. I mean, I thought our guys played exactly how we wanted to. We knew the second half they was going to have a surge, and those guys did. I mean, we as a coaching staff, we have to help them, and also we got to make plays when there's time to make plays. I believe in these guys. I believe in this team. I believe in the effort that they give us, and that's one thing that's not going to go away. And as a coach, that's one thing you love about the players that we have in that locker room is no matter what the situation is, those guys can continue to play. And no matter the situation, refs don't make it on fourth down. They make it on fourth down. It doesn't matter. These guys are not going to blink. They're going to continue to play, and that's what I love so much about them. The thing is, we gotta coach better. We got to play better, and next week that's our plan. To go into next week with a mindset of coaches, we got to do a good job. I got to do a good job, and players, we got to do a good job of executing. And when you do that, obviously the good things will happen. So, any questions?
Can you take us through the thought process on 4th and 2?
Yeah. At that point, I was thinking about the defense and how I thought the defense was playing really, really well at that point. The reason that they scored because they got the 3rd and 15 on that. And I thought our offense was doing a solid job. I thought Tyrod was doing a solid job. So I want to be aggressive. I want to be able to go on that. And we didn't make it. That's just what it was. And I trust our guys to go make those. And that was a situation where I wanted our guys to not blink and get ready to go, and we didn't make it.
Did you think you were going? Did you decide to go on 4th before the 3rd down play call? Because it looked like the way you were sequencing things, it looked like you were trying to.
You know what? I always talk to Tanner, and I give him my thought of, man, listen, if we get to this such and such on 4th down, man, I'm going. If not, man, we're going to punt it, or we're going to kick the field goal. We're going to take the point. So there's always conversations at that point of what my thought process is, and I think that's always worked well for us. Because it also gives him the opportunity to sequence his play calling, exactly like you just said. So it's one of those things, man, where it didn't work out. You look at what they did. They went for it, I think, 4th and 1 from, the 20-something or something like that. And they made it. It's just one of those things, and we didn't make ours. So we got to do a better job there.
It seemed like on Derrick Henry's first touchdown, it seemed like you were upset with, the substitution or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Just take us through that.
I mean, there was a number of calls that, that I questioned. But, again, the one thing that we're not going to do is we're not going to make excuses. I mean, it happens in this league. And I just thought when they sub, that you have to give us time to sub. And our guys were running on the field, and we didn't have time to sub. And, it is what it is.
Can you talk about the Brees fumble?
Yeah, listen, I love that player. He's a damn good player for us. I mean, he's going to fight for every yard. And we all know once you're fighting for every yard, we have to be able to protect the ball. And their guys did a really good job of going after it and getting it. And, man, we had them going, trying to get the ball as much as we can, as you guys saw from the game. And that was one of those times where, man, they made a good play, and they took it out. And that was a good play by them.
What did you? We saw you consoling Brees after that. What did you say to him?
He's my guy. He's my guy. And you know what? It happens. And you don't want it to happen, but it did. And the one thing I didn't want him to do was hold his head down. Because listen, I know exactly how he felt in that situation. And listen, I don't want that player to ever get down on himself. We're behind him. Every player's behind him. And I think you saw that from the defensive players coming up and talking to him also, because he's a hell of a player for us, and he's going to make a lot of plays for us. I know that. So I'm behind that player 100%.
What did you think of Tyrod? What did he bring you today?
I thought he played well. I mean, obviously, I don't know what the passing yards were. I know it was over 200-some yards. but we got to be able to mix, the run game and the pass game together to get exactly what we want. But I just think from the naked eye watching, I thought he did a really good job. I mean, he was getting us in and out of the huddle, getting some plays that we need to get to. He found some open receivers. I thought the two new guys that we brought in, Mechie and AD, I thought those guys did a hell of a job also. But as we practice, man, it just gives us more time for us to gel with Mason and Rucker and all those guys, Brees, Isaiah, all those guys to come together and understand how Tyrod likes to play. And that continuity would serve us well as long as we continue to play together like that.
Aaron, you guys have done such a good job reducing the number of penalties.
Yeah.
But you had some killer ones on third down today.
Yeah.
Is there a different mentality as a defensive back on third down where you know maybe the refs are looking a little bit harder to call that?
Yeah, I just think the refs are looking at our guys just in general. Before every game, they come and talk to both head coaches, and it just seems like, man, they're looking at some of those calls. And I think, for the most part, sometimes those calls are questionable calls in my opinion. But they make them. They make them. The one on IO, that was tough. The one on AZ was tough. But you know what? The refs made the call. And listen, we got to be able to overcome that. And that's one thing that I do want to speak on, is us being able to overcome when things like that happen. And that's us growing as a team and being a mentally tough team and being able to do that. And I look forward to our go forward and being able to get over the hump and be able to get past those things. Because once we're able to continue to get our offense going, our defense going, and once we get that mental toughness, we'll be a tough team to beat.
Mechie seems like he's found a pretty good home for you guys last
Yeah.
couple weeks. I mean, what have you seen from him since he arrived, his potential future?
Yeah, no doubt. It's the reason why he's here. We didn't go and get that player just to be part of a deal, anything like that. We got that player because we feel like he can help us, and obviously he's been doing that. He stepped right in and been vocal as a leader for us, like fairly quickly, and it's been good. And it's not like he's trying to come in and take over. It's just who he is. And for Tyrod to be able to find him and him to be able to make the plays from the play he made last week against the Patriots, against cover zero, and the play he made this week, I think it was cover zero also. That player is going to be a good player for us, and we got to continue to find ways to give him the ball, but I'm glad that we have him.
A quick follow on that one.
Yep.
Is that, I know the season hasn't gone the way that you guys
Yep.
imagined, but are there players that are playing now that could earn roles for you guys 2026, 2027, and beyond?
That's always. You always evaluating your team on a go forward, and guys you feel like to be part of the plan. So that's something that me and Moose talk about consistently, and I think that's one of the reasons why our guys play so freaking hard, is they see what we're building, they see what we're about, and they want to be a part of it, and that makes me excited for the players, and excited for what we're trying to build. And it's not where we want to. I'm gonna sit here and say that we don't want to be 2-9, but I do understand this. There are some things that we're doing, some underlying things that we're doing, some foundational things that we're doing that I am excited about, and we just got to make sure now the record catches up with those things that we're building.